Good morning, everybody, and welcome. It's Wednesday, March 31st, end of the month. March is soon behind us. I'm Brad Neufeld.
What's that?
I'm Brad Neufeld.
Oh, I shouldn't be talking in the middle of your opening. I'm Jay Walther. And yes, we're human.
That's right. But anyway, we're just here to have fun, right?
Right.
All right. Well, we're here to bring you your morning kickstart with your positive quote, your tip for the day, and your fun fact. So let's get her started with our quote of the day. Take it away, Jay.
Okay. Today's quote is from Garrison Keillor. Some luck lies in not getting what you thought you wanted, but getting what you have. Which one you have got? Let's try this again.
Okay.
Some luck lies in not getting what you thought you wanted, but getting what you have, which once you would have got. Your maybe.
Are you sure this isn't that awkward day, that one we had like last week?
Okay, some luck lies in not getting what you thought you wanted, but getting what you have, which once you have got it, you may be smart enough to see is what you would have wanted had you known. So this was kind of a tongue twister, but it is interesting. Sometimes we think we want something and we don't get it, but you get something else that once you realize you got that something else, you need to be smart enough to see that that's what you would have wanted that had you known.
Yeah.
If you'd known about this thing, that's what you really would have wanted.
Absolutely. So, well, and I'm sure you found this out with the guests that you talked to on your podcast, as well as mine, Jay. You find that out where people have had to take a turn in their life that was unexpected, but yet it ended up working out just perfect for them.
No.
Yeah, I've got a lot of those stories. Well, let's see how that ties in with our tip for the day. Okay. Today we're going to talk about mindset number 3. Mindset number 3 is winners follow the instructions of their coaches. Winners follow the instructions of their coaches. This was one of the biggest things that was the biggest eye-opener for me when I was studying famous people and talking to famous people and interviewing them and everything. Because I would ask them, because I just had a belief when I was younger that people who were, famous, talented, whatever, they were born with that talent and that was it. And every one of them, 100% of them said, oh no, I was actually, sucky at what I was doing and all this stuff when I first started this out. I just had a desire to do it. Okay. And I know, like with Michael Jordan, his story, most everybody knows that he was dropped from his sophomore team, I believe it is. I've heard it both ways, from his freshman or his sophomore team. But here's the key, that with Michael Jordan, because his driver, his thing that he wanted to break out of his neighborhood. He got so sick and tired of people saying, no, you're locked in here. This is who you are. You're part of the hood, or whatever the terminology they would use. And he just said, no, I don't have to live this way. And he saw basketball as his opportunity to get out and break out of this mold here. Well, so he went and practiced, but then he ended up getting cut from his sophomore team. And guess what all of his friends did? Laughed at him. See, you ain't going nowhere, Michael. You're right here with us. You're not going anywhere. But Michael Jordan said something to them at that moment that locked him in to his destiny. He's told everyone there who was making fun of him, he says, I don't care what you say. I will win an NBA championship. So he just went on about his business and he used that for motivation. And when he finally won that trophy, if you go just Google or go look on YouTube, the very first championship that he won against the Los Angeles Lakers, I believe.
Probably.
Yeah. That first one he won, watch how he just came apart with his he wanted that thing so bad. As a matter of fact, there was some contract negotiations that went on in the previous 2 years from him winning his first championship. He was making a lot of money, and why shouldn't he? He's averaging 36, 38 points a game, just leading the league, just unheard of numbers. But he realized he couldn't do it all himself. He tried to, but he realized, I can't do this. I need some people around me. they were people on the team that were scoring like 3 and 4 points a game who were making more money than Michael Jordan, because he took a pay cut to bring Scottie Pippen on and to bring the rebounding people that he needed on and all of that. And that's what ended up doing the championship. So he had to sacrifice in order to get that. Now, later on, after he quit basketball for this year and a half and went to baseball and came back, oh yeah, he more than made up for it. He made 30 million his first year back, I believe it was, 32 million the next, 36 million. Those numbers, I've heard it all different ways. But anyway, but every time you ask Michael Jordan who helped him the most to get where he's at, guess who he gives credit to? His coaches.
Yep.
Okay. And so when I heard this from people and they said, oh no, I went and found somebody who was already doing what I wanted to do and I mirrored them. In other words, they went and looked at the habits that they had, the things they were doing. They asked them for suggestions and things like that. And then they would do what they said. And so anyway, take the time to do that. And I know there's, most of us are full of pride and we want to do it all ourselves. Remember how I said, well, if you've been watching these for a while, I don't like the term self-made millionaire. Okay.
Yeah.
You have to work with other people. You have to, period, end of sentence. People have to buy your products. You have to learn to relate to other people in order to get what you're looking for out there. Okay. So just get that out of your mind. You need to work on teaming up with other people who are already in the field that you're looking at and who are already successful. I want to put an emphasis on that, because there's a lot of people who may want to get into your field. And that's where I've been discouraged anyway, is I would take things from them. But then after a while, I'm realizing, well, they're not going anywhere either. So why am I listening to what they have to say? But when I finally got hooked into that next level of people who are actually being successful in the industry that I wanted to be in, guess what? It was a whole different ball game. So just remember that. Never be afraid to ask for help. Winners follow the instructions of their coaches. Lose the toot a little bit if you got that attitude of, I'm not going to take advice from nobody. Take the advice in, listen to it, but always come back to, is this something I really want to do? And if the answer is yes, go for it.
Yep.
So that's your tip for the day.
Okay. Well, our fun fact, one of my favorite vegetables is the spud. Day is March 31st, and it is National Tater Day.
Is it actual Tater Day, or do they call
That's what it says. It's National Tater Day.
All right.
So, you can put them in a stew, you can bake them and roast them. Anyway, that reckons back to Lord of the Rings. Anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
Today, we recognize all kinds of potatoes, which provide us with essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Mm-hmm. Potatoes are quite versatile. Which might explain why so many people like them. They're our number one consumed vegetable in the United States. When you consider how many ways we can eat over 200 different kinds of potatoes in the United States, you shouldn't be surprised. Mm-hmm. First off, you can bake them. One of my favorite ways to have a potato. Who doesn't like a baked potato?
I like baked potatoes.
Those baked potatoes, you can bake them twice. You scrape out the insides, mix them with cheese, put them back in, and bake them again. Secondly, you can boil them, and you can make soups or salads. Mm-hmm. You can make mashed potatoes, and you can't have shepherd's pie without mashed potatoes.
Nope.
There's a lot of different ways people make mashed potatoes. I love it with sour cream and lots of butter. You can slice them and dice them, and you make scalloped or fried.
Yeah, deep fry them. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, the potato is a very versatile thing. You can make dumplings and pancakes and gnocchi and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Beyond all the ways you can use potatoes, this day maybe have originally had a different meaning. At the beginning of April, there is a celebration of the sweet potato, Tater Day, in parts of Kentucky. Sweet potatoes are one of the main cash crops in that area. Tater Day started way back in the early 1840s with the trading and selling of sweet potatoes. It is the oldest continuous trade day in the United States. Now, worldwide, there are more than 4,000 potato varieties. That's a lot of spud. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
That's what they tell me.
Holy cow.
Since the time potatoes were shipped from Europe to the colonies in the early 17th century, their consumption has been a major part of the North American diet. So
I don't know if that's good or bad, but I eat my share of them.
Yeah, they are a little starchy, but boy, they sure taste good.
Yeah, I even like funeral potatoes. And for those of you outside of Utah, you probably won't know what those are, but they're the best. Is that unique to Utah? I don't know.
I don't know. I think I've seen them in a lot of places, but I don't know if they all call them funeral potatoes.
All right.
Boy, okay, they're a funeral here.
Thank you, Jay. That's our fun fact for the day. But we want to thank you again for tuning in, and we hope you find these uplifting and helping you out. And I'm pretty confident to say, if you take these things that we're talking about here and actually begin to insert them into your life, even if it's just a little bit at a time, you'll start to see a difference. I can assure you of that. So anyway, just be kind to yourself today. Be kind to others. And if you want, be kind by hitting our subscription button down here, or liking and leaving a comment if you would. Anyway, as we continue to build the Resilience Talk Network, we have all of you out there in mind. We want to bring you the tools and skills that you need to be successful at anything that you want to do. So until tomorrow, go for everything that you want. Make it happen.